Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the RationalInvestor.com's Daily Brief Recap. I feel a sneeze coming on, so I may
Two.
have to pause momentarily. But let's see how we go. If it decides to come out. Oh, here it comes. Well, that's good. All right. Where the hell are we? There's some really interesting data coming out overnight on breadth of the market, and of course, our funny little breadth indicator, of course, is just fell out of bed with that recent sort of pause in the market. But it's really weird how we didn't see the major indexes really break. So, in a weird sort of way, it kind of feel like it was almost like there was a silent bazooka that went off there about a day or so ago. Because remember, things were looking pretty grim there at the end of last week. But anyway, that I was sharing news releases and stuff. People who watch this particular trading index called the TRIN, or the short-term trading index, or the ARMS index. It was just all over the map, sort of suggesting that underneath all of this market, there's some real funny business going on, which usually means that we're in the process of loading the public up. And then, once we sort of feel like they're ready to pull the plug, boom, they'll pull the rug out from underneath us all, and back down we go. But hey, might as well enjoy the sun while it's shining, make hay while the sun's shining, all that kind of talk, especially in crypto. Got a nice big fat fundamental event that it looks like they're driving the market into. So, might as well take advantage of it if you can. It's kind of cool. Today is Wednesday, and we have our sort of stock pickers club that meets on Tuesday evenings. And our value newsletter guy, Zach, my TA for the level 3 program, he had some really cool value stocks. And while Kevin was going through them, I was like, holy Jesus. And I just went and bought while he was talking. I love it so much. Nice, sexy looking stocks. But that's a value name. It's not really in favor right now. Kind of boring. I sat there the other day and I was like, well, if crypto wants to break higher, then, I'll sort of, these are the kind of, look at this, airline stocks. I'm actually getting ready to ring the register again here on these kind of things. We got lots of names that are popping up, get up into foggy levels, and I'll be ringing the register again. There's some just fun ones. Look at that little guy just marching his way higher. I didn't step in and reload here, but a bunch of people on the site did. So congratulations on those trades. Really nicely done. A lot of things that we sort of bought that just look like they're ready to pop. And actually, before we loaded up this video here, I wanted to mention that Kevin and I were just chatting, and it turns out a lot of the vaccines and treatments and stuff that they've been working on and brought to market over the past year might actually become not very effective with the newer strains of COVID. So it's almost like a perfect potion that round 2 of the pharma names are getting ready to go. So this is one that we've liked. And this is another one that looks like he's getting ready to do something here. Beautiful wide W there. Crypto names, that's where I was going with this. Crypto names, like I'll use Novogratz. Novogratz is probably a good example. There really isn't any W's here in momentum. And you can see the moves higher here on paltry volume. Something looks a little suspicious about all this. And then, drilling down in the chart, like I said, I don't mind taking a trend line break, but I'd really like to see a well-defined bottom here. And what I saw was trend line break, quick pullback, inside bar, and then straight up. So that's like A, B, C, D, which means once we get up into this area, I got to start looking for exhaustion against these old highs. And you see this on all of them. Right, big jump up, pull back, A, B, C, D probably takes us up in against these highs. Again, We know we have a big fundamental event coming in the crypto space here shortly. So, do I really, I was kind of hoping, as you can see from these drawings, that, if they nicely, politely set up a trade for me, all right, maybe I'll step in. But no, it's just not to my liking. Did find it interesting that actually TRIers were getting off doubles here, and Kevin, even through the show, was reporting he got another double off on this one. And this has been one of our underperformers in the blockchain space that we've just been waiting and waiting and waiting. I stepped in, of course, typical Brian, step in off W's, bottom end of range, blah, blah, blah. Sold half. My next sell half on a doubles order is up in here. I was kind of hoping to get that filled today, but nonetheless, definitely moving in the right direction, higher highs and higher lows. So there's no reason to step in front of that. But that's the kind of environment that we're in. I mean, these things are hot, and also like marijuana. Marijuana seems to be rather hot. Maybe VFF, not a good example, but look at this little crazy Afria. Just going for it. Look at that. We just banged into Foggy. Foggy goes, thank you very much. Come again. That's incredible, eh? So I don't know whether there's a hell of a lot more in the tank, but that's definitely where the hot money's going right now. In fact, we were kind of mulling over whether we want to take another stab on this Numi here. I don't know. It's kind of like blockchain. I mean, I strapped on a silver trade there a month or so ago. Man, I felt dirty in that trade. So I don't know. I'll probably pause. I am long from the bottom. Of course, we did very, very well. So if they want to take this thing higher, great, wonderful. But, do with the information as he plays. I'm not telling you what to do. You know that. But there were a couple pharma names that just looked really good in here. Our little Vissel looks like he's getting ready to rock and roll. So there's probably going to be more profits booked there. This CLIR, see if I can speak. Beautiful trade. So don't be surprised to hear about banging out doubles kind of trades there. So, and you could also see too. I mean, I'm honest with my people. I was supposed to be selling at this level, but I actually fat fingered the trade and got filled here. I don't know. I can't remember the details of it. But got my next sell half on a double order, working right up at a Foggy level. So wish me luck. Hopefully I'll get a fill there. But, that's the kind of market it is. I can't come in on the buy side here, but I'll be more than happy to sell you all the stock you want off top. Actually, here's one that I picked up here recently. So there's a treat. If you want to join me, you're welcome. But I'm not telling you to do it with your money. You do it as you please. But Kevin was chatting about this one. Sure looks interesting. If we lose these lows, I'll just walk away. You know how this game goes. An interesting market, but I think the theme of this market right now for me is this could be a trend continuation trade market. I don't think we're in the sort of value bargain basement, pick these things up on a song and a dance. This is more like, we're midstream. Actually, wow, that one looks really nice. Looks like we should see some fireworks out of that guy. We're midstream, like Tough Built's a great example. I can't come in and tell somebody to buy this thing here. We could very easily see trend continuation moves higher, but you're not buying like dirt cheap, right? That's probably the way I would look at it. Yeah, let's see. I also too. Are you trading a stock market or a market of stocks? If you're trading a market of stocks, each individual names, they present their setups and their stories. Or are you just trading the stock market? If I actually just look at the stock market, hey, I want to go and buy the stock market right now, I'd go, ugh, yuck. It's the same as Bitcoin and Ethereum. I mean, I can't justify buying that. But, it is what it is. That doesn't mean it can't go higher. Anyway, kind of a funny little start to your video here today. As you can see, currency land, they're all sort of like going, okay, what the hell just happened here? Are we a U.S. dollar bull, or are we now a U.S. dollar bear? Or are we still a bear, or now are we transitioning into a bull? Considering the structural breakout here, on that market, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some backfilling here. That's a pretty big move, one direction, eh? So A, B, C, D, maybe up a little bit higher, I guess. Could be 78.6. I've talked to you guys about this before. It turns out we ultimately bottomed off 88.6. But, this is the line in the stand, as Brian likes to call it. And quite often I see this. Like if you go look at Bitcoin charts over the years, down beyond 78.6. Oh my God, sky's falling. Okay, we got to step in here and defend this goddamn thing. Rallies up, comes back down, and then boom. So, and you look back and you go, son of a bitch, goddamn thing bottomed off 78.6 again. It drives it crazy. So, anyway, food for thought. I certainly can't come in and chase that up there. But we may be seeing the beginnings, and this is what I told the community in the daily brief today. Like it or not, and if you happen to be politically one-sided or not, please don't take offense. It's just a market statement. I believe that a lot of capital fled the United States of America 4 years ago. And I believe a lot of that capital will now be repatriated back into the United States. So, in a weird sort of way, this may have less to do with economics and more to do with, the perception of the United States of America in the world. So, think of that as well here with this. Over the short term, I mean, we have so many cross currents in the market. A lot of this stuff just doesn't make economic sense. Like right now, we've got oil prices just going, bananas here. I mean, that's a hell of a move up in oil. But this doesn't make any sense. How can the airlines all be rallying? Because keep in mind, a $1 movement in the price of crude oil, it makes a material impact on these airline stock prices. Where the hell's my damn airlines? So how does this make any sense in this world? I mean, this stock is pointing up, and it's pointing up egregiously. But like we have for you guys, I mean, oil's actually on fire here right now, right? If we look at our oil chart, that's a big breakout. So I don't know whether, my comments with regard to the US dollar kind of thing, I don't think a hell of a lot of this has anything to do with economics right now. I mean, the world's in crisis mode, and economics really are not playing right now. Right now, this is all like herd mentality. This is, social media driven. And if anything, the quant guys, they're all just going absolutely crazy right now. Look at the Google searches for Ethereum underpants. Got to go buy some Ethereum underpants. Actually, it'd be kind of cool to get a Ethereum underpants with Mr. Vitalik's face on my bum. It'd have to be a pretty damn big picture because I got a pretty damn big bum. All right. Back on schedule. Brian's getting himself into trouble again. Sorry. It's interesting how US dollar did rally smartly off of that panic dump low there. Sunday night, Monday morning kind of idea. And as I said, it almost felt like there was like a Fed bazooka that went off, but quietly. I don't know whether it had anything to do with the social media stuff around that silver and the shorting of US stocks and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. But something definitely shifted there. Straight up since that event, we're now actually coming up into resistance. So the irony of it all is for stock players, actually, it's only now that actually they would even start thinking about, okay, well, we got to start hunting short setups now, which is ironic, eh? So if we go something like that, right, you can see the original top. There's actually the M that you should have been shorting had you been Mr. Shorter. Interesting. What do you think the odds are? This counter trend rally was right into the reload zone of that range. I'd say probably pretty good. And boink. Oh, look at that. 61.8 to 78.6. So this was the, there's the dump. Right? This is the reload counter trend rally. There's the short trade for them. This probably down here created divergences, this is the cleanup. And we always say, right, when if you're a bear and you see momentum divergences, you better cool your jets. So what have we done now? Probably now I would go off of that low all the way back up against the original. Actually, that is a new 52-week high, isn't it? Oh, there we go. All right. So what do we got now? Oh, look at that. Isn't that interesting? This 88.6 level. Look at the railroad tracks that came in right off that level. Fascinating. And we could probably do like foggies off of this bottom. I don't know where the hell that takes us, though. So what I absolutely love if you use these tools is you try and juxtapose levels. So, for the harmonic people, actually, this looks like a shark. So you would go extensions. What are the odds are that this actually is around a 113 extension? Because that would be sort of the shark level. Actually, level 3ers, you'll be doing this on Saturday. So if anything, this is probably really good material for you. Extensions. All right, where's 113? There it is. So 38.89, 38.76. Sounds like we got a rally window up top here, right? Yeah, I do find it interesting that 88.6 did play here. And there was a railroad track. So if you're like Mr. Trader, the traders, they absolutely love things like empire patterns, which are very difficult for retail to take, and things like railroad tracks. So I wouldn't be surprised if there were some, sharp ES traders that hit that, just had their stop at new highs. They probably took some profits. Like the cardinal rule of thumb for these guys is 2-to-1 risk reward. Sell half, put your stop at scratch, and just see where the hell the wind blows you. So notice, oh, what a coincidence. Look at that. So you know exactly why the market stopped where it did. That's so funny when you see that. So I think what happened here, futures traders, they get their fills. Ding, 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 ding. Move your stop to scratch. All right, they're gone on the remaining. So they made a little bit of money to pay the bills, all that kind of stuff, and now they're flat. There's not really much else to say there. So was really surprised at the overt strength in the crude oil market here recently. And of course, remember, Brian was all like, I hate oil. Oil sucks, man. Oil's for losers, right? I think it's the other way around. Oil is for winners. So go figure. It was fun in the summer trying to walk you through how I would have traded this to capture things like 50% rules. Of course, the futures contracts had much different levels. It was an interesting attempt. I don't think it worked very well, but nonetheless, oil keeps surging higher here. And the problem here is, do you divide this by M2 to actually get the real value of oil? Is this actually real price of oil, or is this a Fugazi price? That doesn't really matter at the end of the day. All that really matters is, can you buy low and sell high and buy back low? So if I was looking at levels right now, I would probably be doing something like there to there with no idea if this is the top yet. And just drawing good old reload zones. Boom. All right, so there's your buying window against all this traffic. And I think there's cheeky little gaps in here. Might need to be filled in right there. Oh, look at that. There's one right down there. Good old Kevin's level. It looks to me like this thing wants to go higher, right? That looks like A, B, C, D. So I wouldn't be surprised if you drew that A, B, C, D and just sort of draw this off of here, and then that'll give you a sort of where your next buying window is here for crude. But unfortunately, can't chase that. There's some interesting proxies in the stock market that I'm using to play this, though. So I think I've told you, don't really like oil. And how does this make any sense? Oil prices are bullish. and airline stocks are bullish. I'm in this trade. So there's nothing I can do about it. I'm in it to win it. And you'll probably hear Brian banging out profit objective hits. It looks like we got it, nice and. I better not jinx it. All I'm going to say is it's just going to do what it's going to do. But I feel pretty confident we're trading up to there. But here's kind of a funny way I'm playing the oil market. This is a stock in the aggregate business. So technically the company is a gravel pit, but they service the tar sands up in northern Alberta. So in essence, if oil prices are high, lots of activity in the tar sands, lots of demand for aggregate. And this is a fun stock because it's one of my crazy VCIM ideas. I actually originally came in on this thing back here when it sort of met all the criteria. Banged out a bunch of doubles. Woohoo! They brought it right back down to the bottom when everybody thought oil was going out of business, including Brian. And you can see, lo and behold, look at the bottom that's coming in here. So, of course, you can see Brian stepped in. But I feel pretty confident. At 17, can I see 30, 35 on this thing? I think so. Doesn't seem unrealistic. So, but I'm actually in the oil business, but not technically in the oil business. Kind of cheating, sorry. But anyway, lots of fun regardless. Oh my goodness, you want to see a great example of you better have open orders working. Look at what these guys have done. This is criminal. So I had an open order working to try and sell this thing here forever. I wanted to just play with them a little bit. I pulled my order and I put it up here. They took advantage of that and bumped it up. And then I quickly came and slammed their bid. And I think they're pretty bitter. And look at what they've done to this thing. I mean, there's only like 10, 20 million shares out on this thing. So, at some point here, I think I'm just going to go buy the stock right back. Incredible. Welcome to capitalism. That's such a great analogy of capitalism. You got to be sharp as a tack in this business. That's for damn sure. All right, back to what we're supposed to be talking about here. Like I said, and also too, if oil prices are rising, that can't be good for tech and crypto and stuff. At some point, people are going to go, the cost of production's rising for Bitcoin. Yeah, that probably means they're just going to bid Bitcoin up higher, right? Who knows? Okay, so stock market up against top end range. Looks like it wants to pop a little higher based on foggies. Crude oil market's got EBCDs working. Looks like it wants to head higher here. Yeah, the old adage in the crude was buy your unleaded in the middle of February, sell it the middle of May. So I'm a little bit worried that what's happening here is this is like a coast to coast. Like you remember on the corn 1 or 2 years ago, it was like literally 1 year from the top to 1 year to the bottom, right? 1 year exactly on the nose. Boop, boop. So I got a funny suspicion that we might actually be seeing one of those 1 year from the bottom. And that was like March 12th, 13th, 14th. We might actually see 1 year to the top. And what's interesting about this is Kevin was even saying in his presentation today that he's getting warm and fuzzies over Mr. Foggenbaum up top here. And really, I don't fault him, and I don't fault any of you. I mean, I certainly don't want to stand in front of this thing. That's kind of insanity, as far as I'm concerned. I'm sorry, this chart's so damn messy. Where the hell's the bottom of that thing? It's over there. So Kevin's even. We have a fun pool at TRI. Where the hell is this damn thing gonna top? I think the top's already in, but so fucking what? And, I'm just one participant. Good old Foggy saying, well, Brian, you probably should be looking for like 50 G's. Could we have one more push up top here to big fat round number before the end of this insanity? Sure, why not? And market will do any old damn thing it wants. Does it, we finally got the trend line break. Awesome. So, old curmudgeon Brian he's going to want to see some sort of W here, please, to actually set up a trade. But this thing might just take off. And remember on the broiler chicken show, I showed you how GameStop just took off. Didn't it just, swing setup hunters were just left behind. That may just be exactly what happens here. I don't know. It's not really my place to tell you what's going to happen here. My place is to try and find half decent risk windows against bottom ends of ranges and buy those assets. That's my job. These videos are just edutainment. They're just Brian loves the sound of his own voice. There really isn't a job here. Sure, hope you're getting some value out of this, but to say that I know what's going to happen in the future would be just a stupid statement on my part. I don't know. I will say that I think that the focus of this market is on this bad boy. And I also think, too, this serves the CME's purposes very, very well. This is exactly what happened with Bitcoin when it was launched on the CME. And we went through sort of what did Bitcoin's chart look like heading into the event? Because when you look at Bitcoin's chart, like if you look at the futures, for example, and the actual futures, not the phony baloney futures that or you're conned into believing are futures. But if you look at the futures and you go, okay, well, what did this CME event look like? It's just like beep, it opens up and boom, straight down. So how the hell are you supposed to make head or tail out of that? But if you actually look at the Bitcoin price heading, and just keep that date in mind, December 18th, 2017. Going and looking at old corn, December 18th, 2017. What did it look like? Well, that is right there. So in essence, the market was pushing higher and higher and higher, and then beep, futures listed and straight down from there. So that's pretty much what I'm expecting. If it doesn't play out that way, I'd actually be surprised. But that's Ethereum. I'm not quite sure what the hell they plan to do here with Bitcoin. Like I said, I think it's already got a top working, but so what? I mean, if there's enough inertia and push behind this, you could start arguing, gee whiz, that kind of looks like an A, B, C, D, Brian. So let's see where the hell that takes us. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. So this pattern right here, if it continues on, it's saying it wants 41,700. Is that an important number? Oh, look at that. Right up against those old highs. So my hunch is into that ETH event, we're probably going to work our way higher here. Be careful. There's probably a couple of these along the way. So be careful about walking into markets that have been going one direction for a while. But I wouldn't be surprised through this event. There's a serious stab up here. And if they get the shorts on the run and they've got them cornered, I mean, hell, you watch what the hell they did in Wall Street, with that AMC and the GameStop. I mean, if they can punch the top and get some sort of short FOMO covering nonsense, garbage, social media chatter going, maybe that's what actually causes our good old foggy level to get hit up top here. So, and of course, we got a pool running on the site. So, Kevin, he's got a vested interest. We got to get this fucking thing up here. So, all you get out there and buy Bitcoins and get that 50,000 number hit. Right, Kevin? Arr, arr, arr. All right. So, it's not, chicken shit, Brian. It's not really a hell of a lot for me to do if, through this event, I can just calm down, start putting in some W's. Okay, well, I got 1 low, 2 lows, 3 lows. This isn't looking bad. But I need some structure to work with here if I really want to pull the trigger. And I think I think I showed you guys here on this free video, my chatter about the crypto stocks, they look the same thing. Little day traders on crypto. Of course, we've been following these little models. So I suppose a W, right? You can see a W above this trend line. So that would be like there. More buy signals. So it looks like this thing's pushing higher. And of course, we get M's below this trend line. Then you'll know that the rally's done. I don't see anything like that. If you do get this just violent swish down here, probably means that we're not done. So, if anything, if I remember I showed you that chart, what I would prefer is just let this thing go nice and sideways and start carving out some good looking W's, right? This kind of straight up, ugh, I don't like that. Like, look how powerful that W was there, right? Love those W's. Anyway, here's what it is. Can't really come in on the buy side here. And of course, I've told you, like investing in Bitcoin here, no way. Not even close, right? Investing, that's this kind of conversation. I can think about investing in Bitcoins down here. Now, if we go up and hit Kevin's 50 Gs or whatever social media's latest insane upside objective is, if we hit that, okay, fine. I mean, it is what it is. I'll just drag my reload zones and just wait patiently for the market to work its way back down. So, to invest. All right. Okay, I think that's about all I wanted to say here today. I think I showed you the Ethereum levels. I mean, this could get a little bit insane through here. I was putting out tweets saying, okay, the orgy's on, let's go, party, party. And of course, this is all about DeFi. So DeFi names look all hot and sexy. Actually, here's a really good analogy of those trend lines. Look at this W that came in right at the base of the trend line. So you could have been hunting longs there. I wouldn't have faulted you. But I can't come in here and buy it now. So it sucks. It is what it is. Again, this is like lower time frame. Traders got to trade. If anything, had you bought this consolidation here, you should be actually getting ready to spoon feed and take some profits. Do see a lot of that happening in all these little alts, like which is the one that darn, I had a screen on here of a whole bunch of these little DeFi names. Where the hell did it go? That Unibright. Oh my goodness. What a beautiful buy signal that was. Woohoo. There it goes. NEM, that trade still seems to be where. Oh, there you go. Look at Stake. Oh, get ready. Stake looks like it's about to go apeshit. So I let some go up here at 16.17. That means I have to have another order working up around 30. So don't be surprised if you see those kind of tweets go out. Hey, here we are. These guys. The one, there's that Stake. The one name of Chico's that didn't really perform here well was this Energy Webs. So I really like the look of that. And he's pretty good at his FA. So if you wanted to take a stab in the DeFi space, that's a name that hasn't really performed yet. I would take a really good look at this EWT and just, do your due diligence, find out, kick the tires, do a little bit of research. Is this a name that would sort of sit well with you? If the energy market's going apeshit the way that it is, at some point somebody's going to wake up and go, hey, energy web? Oh, fucking hey, man. And away it goes. I mean, that's the sad part about social media is half the time the public, they don't even know what the hell they're buying. But I'll tell you, that is a really interesting looking price chart. Hasn't really confirmed the bottom just yet, but definitely something to keep an eye on going forward. Okay, I think I'm done with the rant there. Hope you got some value out of that. Crazy ass market. We never really did talk about gold or silver, but I'm not really interested in either. And didn't really talk about the bonds either. Keeping our fingers crossed for Mr. Bond King. He's right on edge here. Okay, everybody. Have yourselves a great day. Kevin, if you could take us out of here, much appreciated. All the best and bye for now.